Clam digging in Maine means one thing, actually two. Clams and chowder. Hey, we're doing some clams. Stay tuned. It is February, and if you've been following me on my Facebook page, then you would know that February is dedicated to New England. Yep, you get the entire month of February, New England. Why? I don't know, because you can. BYC. No, seriously, I feel like I've neglected New England. I've done a lot of Italian stuff, and I think the only thing we've done so far in New England is beans. Hey, don't forget those beans, because they're coming up again sometime this month, and wait till you see what I got in store for those. Anyways, February is New England month, so what better way to start out New England month than with clams? We got to do clams. And I was put a few feelers out there last night, and I was going to do fried clams if I could get my hands on fried clams, but I really can't. And so I'm going to go with steamers, because this is going to be a two-part episode. Part one's going to be steamers. Part two is going to be chowder. Yep, we're going to make chowder. So hey, I'm just going to tell you a quick story. Get this out of the way, because clams in my family is like king. Maybe lobster? I don't know. I think clams is king in our family. And we used to, as young kids, we used to go up to Swans Island, Maine, and for vacation. The first thing we would do when we arrived, we would take all the gear out of the car and lug it up to our cabin, which was quite a little hike from where we had to park the car. But once we get all the gear in the cabin, it was the guy's job to go down to the clamming flats and get the clamming done, because my mom wanted to have steamers on the first night of vacation up in Swans Island. So that's what we did. We dumped off the gear. Mom and whoever else was with us on vacation would put stuff away, maybe join us a little bit later on, because we had a lot of clams to dig. So very first night would be steamed clam dinner, and then we would dig enough clams so that we had clam chowder on night two. So this is kind of where I'm going with this episode, part 1 and 2. So stand by. We're going to get some steamers going. It's as simple. Anybody can cook steamed clams. So stand by. We'll get I'll get things set up, and we'll be right back. All right, so we're back. Steamers, steamed clams, soft shell clams. These aren't cherry stones, little necks, or whatever those things they get down mid-Atlantic or what have you. These are soft shell clams, otherwise known as pissers. Yeah, because when you pull them out, sometimes they're full of water and you squeeze them and they piss all over the place. So very simple. You cook these in a pot with a little bit of water. They're going to create their own broth as well. We're going to save that broth because you're going to need it. Sometimes they get a little sand in them. I have purged these. I cleaned them in cold water, rinsed them a few times, let them purge themselves. And there was a lot of sand in there, so I'm hoping I got most of it out. So what I got to do is I got 5 pounds of soft shell clams here. I'm going to put them in my pot, and I also removed any broken clams. You don't want to be cooking broken clams, all right? So I got my pans in my pot. I'm going to put that much water in there. That's it, because they're going to create a lot of their own broth as well. Put the top on. Get this thing turned on. This won't take long. This is probably going to take about 5 minutes at the most to come to a full steam and open up, and we'll be eating some clams. Yeah, some steamers. We'll be right back. So just to go over a couple of things while these are finishing off, they got another minute or so. Purging, when you heard me talk about purging, what does that mean? What I'm doing is I'm getting the sand out of the clams. These are buried in mud. They got a lot of sand in them. So even though that they've been cleaned a little bit at the store, doesn't mean they're clean when you get them home. So what I do is I put them in nice ice cold water, running water, and I let it fill up, and then I go ahead and I move them around a little bit, and they will naturally purge themselves of any sand. And so I keep moving them around. I'll go ahead and drain the water. I'll fill it back up, and I'll continue to do that until I see that there's very little or no more sand remaining in the water. How to check to see if your clams are dead or alive when you get them home? Very simple. I take the clam, I squeeze it. If it shuts down nice and tight, clamps down, it's alive. If I go to squeeze it and it springs back, it's not closing, it's dead. Get rid of it. Do not take a chance. And it looks like this is getting ready to boil over, so I better take the top off. There we go. We're almost there. We probably got about another maybe 15 seconds left to go on this. Already, clams are done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this out of my way. Take my pot over here. And I already melted some butter. Now what I'm going to do is going to get another container for my broth. Alright, so our clams are done. They've opened up nicely, and they actually look pretty clean as well. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to get some of this broth out of here, if I can do it without. And I'm going to fill my other little bowl up with some broth. And I'm going to go show you how to eat these babies. Now, I also have more broth in here. I'm not getting rid of that because I'm making chowder next, and I want that good broth from my chowder. So only one thing left to do is go in and try these babies. Now, take the shell off, take the other shell off, and it just slides right out of there. Now, these are not wee-wees, okay? They're necks. My wife will say they're wee-wees. And they got this little skin on them, okay? Got this little skin. You take that, you pinch up there, and you pull that off. It's not a wee-wee, Lori. And there we go. It's off. Yeah. We go in here, one little dunk. I'm going to try this one without butter, just to see how good they are. I'm back in Maine. Yep, I'm on Swan's Island right now. No, I'm not. I'm in Pennsylvania. Now, that was really good, nice and sweet. I'm going to try one with butter because, you know why? Because you can. Again, not a wee-wee. It's the neck. Take that off. Give a little dunkaroo in the broth. A little dunkaroo in the butter. And this can get sloppy. You may want to wear a bib. These are awesome. Nice and sweet. Alright, hey, so this episode shout out is going to be to all the men and women from New England that ever served in the Navy. Yep. All of yous out there from New England that served, the shout outs to you. And I bet you wish you had some of these right now, don't you? So, Lori and I are going to eat some of these, then we're going to shuck the rest, and the rest are going to be chowder. Alright, so hey, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe, and most importantly, share. So, until the next episode, which is coming right up, thanks, and we'll see you soon.